Hi guys, it's Shell, Sunbury Housewives. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to our channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button to see future videos. So today I have a really pretty floral tumbler using a metal top lid that we've also decorated. So let's go ahead and get started. So I started out with a 20 ounce. This is a tapered, technically it's just a skinny, it's not straight. Tumbler from the Stainless Depot, and I did an ombre of some green, like a green, maroon, and pink. My pink and maroon did not want to cooperate, so, but it's not gonna really matter. But then I got this vinyl from Dollar Tree, actually. I do end up cutting it down to more of a manageable size. I think I cut it down to 3 inches wide. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is glitter the tumbler base, and I'm just going to use diamonds from the Glitter Heart Co. so that you can see the paint underneath, the colors anyway. Instead of doing an ombre with glitter, I opted for this. Much faster. In my opinion. So I'm just adding just a very thin layer of epoxy onto the tumbler, and then I will sprinkle the glitter all over the tumbler. Initially, I was just starting light, but then I decided, nope, this ain't working. So I just let it flow. And that worked so much better. There we go. Where my ombre is of the pink and the maroon, my maroon spray paint decided to kind of crap out on me. So that's what I ended up with. But in the end, you really can't really tell, and it almost adds to the tumbler itself, actually. So I'm going to let this spin overnight, and then I will come in for 2 coats of epoxy because this glitter will soak up the epoxy. So I did end up needing to do 2 coats, but this is the first of 2. And this is just straight epoxy, nothing added into it. I use Alumilite. And then once that is all covered, I let this spin for 12 hours before adding the second coat. I will torch any bubbles that there might be, just so that I won't have really any imperfections. You don't want to see those bubbles in your epoxy once it's cured. That'd be a pain. Now that the second coat is done, I went ahead and cut down the vinyl to 3 inches because this does taper. I knew that it being as wide as it was, for one, it would have covered up some of that burgundy maroon color, and it would have just overpowered the tumbler itself. And it wouldn't have really laid right, which I still had to do some trimming here, but Once I get this laid down, I do correct any parts that need to be corrected and trim that up. And you'll see that here in just a second. But before I do that, I'm going to cut off the excess, and I'm just using a piece of tape to get a straight line. And I do the same thing to go around the tumbler as well, to cut off any excess overhang, which ultimately really didn't matter because I was putting vinyl stripping around it, but I still did it anyway. Now that I got the bottom side done, I'm going to go ahead and do the same at the top of the vinyl. This vinyl actually was pretty decent. I know a lot of Dollar Tree vinyl is not the best. Apparently I did the top first. Anyway, gosh, I'm losing my mind. But I just did see a little sliver that I just needed to cut off. And then I move into my vinyl work, and I cut out on rose gold the leaves and stuff for the bottom to go over the green. I ended up having to place these in sections because of the taper. So that's what I'm doing here. And then just so that it lined up right and not go off course. And my camera does die. Well, technically my phone does die. So you don't see me applying all of the vinyl work. But once I got that done, and I also did 2 vinyl stripes around the bottom and the top of the vinyl in the middle. So then once I get that done, and I was just checking to make sure everything was, and I did put a flower on the bottom as well. I had an extra flower, so I thought, why not? I go ahead and am going to seal this 2 times with my Rust-Oleum 2 times clear, and then pop it on my turner for, I think I only did 1 coat of epoxy. Nope, 2 coats. I did 2 coats of epoxy. And then while that was on the turner, I went ahead and started on the lid. I spray painted it the same pink at the very top, and I'm just sprinkling the diamonds from the Glitter Heart Co. all over that. And then once I get all of that done, I do put on a decal at the top of the rose, because I did have one extra of that as well. Epoxy this with 2 coats of epoxy, and then that was done. But of course, I didn't get me filming that, because I wouldn't be me if I did. So now that everything is cured, I'm able to go ahead and clean up the tumbler. Here's the lid. You can see, I think it turned out so pretty. I love anything rose gold anyway, but then the rose gold over the pink, and then the rose gold over the sage green at the bottom was just amazing. So I'm going ahead and I'm using acetone to clean up inside. I had some paint splatter on the inside, so I'm just cleaning that up. And once that's done, I just take 91% rubbing alcohol and clean that up as well, just to get rid of any of the acetone. And then I can put the lid on top of the tumbler, and you can see the whole thing put together. And here it is, all done, completely put together. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up. This tumbler will be available on the website for purchase, so make sure to check the description box below. And thank you again for watching. I appreciate all of you.